other books have you read?
This is the company you keep. Just so you know.
I'm
like
allowed to be
Michael
friends with Git'em.
I just actually downloaded a bunch of his books from my tablet. Frank Herbert, Dune.
Me and Git'em right now are reading a book together.
What book?
The Brady 12 or the Brady Method.
TV12, the Tom Brady Method.
Yeah, we're reading Tom Brady's autobiography together. We're thinking about starting a podcast on it and breaking down the chapters, right?
Yeah.
We tell them what we learned about Nightshade.
Wait! I'm sorry, I missed that. You're breaking down what? Tom Brady?
TV12.
Me and Git'em are reading the book, and we don't want to get too far ahead of each other, so we can talk about it at work.
I thought you were on episode 74 covering the kiss.
But tell Q about what we learned about
TV12 it's called?
Yeah. About Nightshade and strawberries.
No, it's actually tomatoes. Tomatoes are in the...
Well, it's part of Nightshade. We know that.
Yes, they're in the Nightshade family. So that's why Tom Brady doesn't hate eating them.
It's about fitness.
But it's about
not
himself.
always. It's about him, too.
It's seen through a personal lens.
Yeah.
But everything is about
From
fitness.
Brady's perspective.
It's about fitness. I say again, sir.
It's
fitness
not,
and a lifestyle.
That's being...
But you are not subscribing to either of these.
We haven't finished the book yet.
But I mean, I'm sure chapter 1 is not whatever's going on in his life.
What are you talking about? We're learning about the man first.
Hydration, pliability, all this stuff.
Tom Brady has never gotten a sunburn.
Because he stays hydrated.
You're claiming you get drunk every night to fall asleep. You're making the claim that you are now in the hydration
Plus,
camp?
I've seen you sunburned as shit.
This is before we read the book, though.
No, but you've read that chapter.
I'm hydrating more.
You're an alcoholic.
Look, my red nose is about sunburn.
Textbook definition of plaintively.
What are you talking about? Or watch Leaving Las Vegas. That's for you.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
That's not what our podcast is about. The TV talk.
Well, that's not. It's our own. We're not putting this podcast.
Our book club.
We're not putting this as a real pod. But like when we talk about it, we talk about why he said it, and if there's maybe hidden meanings to what he said, though, because I believe there's some sort of code in the Tom Brady book. It's not just
about hydration.
And not getting sunburned.
We both theorized that he, just like Walt, he's also a super smeller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what chapter are you guys on? What chapter are you on?
We're on chapter 3.
Chapter 3. Okay.
I want to hear this podcast. And if you guys don't call it the goats, I'm going to be very disappointed.
All right, so if I order this book now, I can
Do an
catch
audio
up.
book.
But why? Okay.
Yes, this way you can when you're driving around, or you can just pop it on like we're doing.
Yeah.
We got the written book and the audio book.
Yeah. Okay. Read by Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Listen to the audiobook, drink 3 gallons of water.
But why do you tell him why he doesn't like Nightshade?
Because it's detrimental to your system.
Nightshade, the plant?
Yeah. Tomatoes are part of a nightshade family. He does not like. He is very strict about eating anything with tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Because
did you just wolf down an entire pizza? What the fuck?
Well, we're not done with the book yet.
You sucked off a pizza and it came tomato in your mouth. Yeah. The only thing missing was Jaws.
He had red sauce all over his face.
You guys think that just because we're reading it that we're going to become Tom Brady?
No. That
didn't cross my mind.
Sleep well tonight, Walt. I'm not judging you in that way.
But the reason he doesn't eat tomato, likes to limit his tomato use, is because tomatoes cause inflammation of the joints.
Okay, I'm going to have another slice while you talk about this.
And he doesn't believe in weight workout. Like pumping iron.
I remember you said that.
Yeah, he likes to be pliable more than muscular.
Helps him absorb hits.
Well, that makes sense for a guy who's a quarterback. He's not a linebacker, so he doesn't need to crush people.
It kind of makes sense, but you know what? Until 2018, no one's ever said that out loud, though. So how come it took so long to figure out pliability is maybe more advantageous than being jacked up?
Because there are tons of great quarterbacks who have not been pliable and. Nobody thought it was necessary. You're saying he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
I think so.
That's he's regarded as.
I think a lot of people, but that's up for debate.
Right, it's subjective, but popular opinion is he's up there.
He's one of the top in the history of the sport. Yeah, he'd be in the top, at least easily top 5.
Right, and there have not been any pliable quarterbacks prior to this, or
Well,
they
no,
just
but
haven't,
most of the time,
talked
well,
about it.
quarterbacks aren't built like Arnold because they don't need to be.
Right.
But he's even less like defined. Although he is ripped, he is awesome, but he's not like. But he's not like chiseled.
Going to heaven. Well, get him. I mean, if not working out is one of the tenets, then you're doing well so far.
We haven't finished the book yet.
Yeah, and it's hard for like he wants to read a chapter one night, and I'm like, and I can't read it, so I tell him don't read ahead, wait for me, and then I've been causing us to stall a little bit here, and it's definitely my fault.
But don't you think that you're a successful man, beautiful family?
Well, that depends on.
Well, I mean,
that's
I think,
all up to. Again, it's up for debate. What's successful?
By my definition, you're a homeowner. You have three successful careers. You have a beautiful family.
Okay.
You have a lovely dog who does not give a Hitler salute.
I got 2 lovely dogs.
2 lovely dogs that do not give Hitler salutes. You're a good person. You're generally well liked. Don't you think that maybe you should be instructing Git'em?
I've tried.
You've tried.
I've tried. I have. I must admit that I get frustrated though, and then I stop trying but
He's unteachable.
But I think us reading this book together though, it allows me also to not only the TB method, but the WF method can also seep in too while we're talking about it.
Oh.
I know you like Tom Brady. Is it difficult to read with all the pages stuck together?
Don't worry about it, smart ass. He got it for me on a PDF.
Little Windex will take care of that. Oh, get it. What happened to the iPad I bought you? You just threw it out?
No, like I said, I got this for my Jeep, so.
But that's not what I asked. I said, what happened to the iPad?
Like that thing is like nothing I've ever seen. It looks like a giant iPhone, kind of. What is
It's
it?
an Asus.
I gotta see.
Oh,
We
an
better
Asus.
wrap it up though, because we're going to see Monster Magnet tonight.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's an hour and a half before he's on.
Yeah, well, I thought we could. We got. How long is that ride from here to the Starland? I don't know.
Like a half hour, maybe.
But his new album came out. Did you pick it up?
I did not. Not
I
yet.
picked it up. Called Mind Effer.
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that you'd wish that he had him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't say wish is a strong word.
not gonna get into
I don't
it.
know. But the 2 standout tracks, if you're interested, if somebody's on the fence about buying his new album, is "Drowning." Oh, great song, great lyrics, and another song called "All Day Midnight." I hope he plays them tonight. Yeah, I hope he plays them this
He
evening.
probably will, right? The last time we went to see him, remember, he faced the opposite direction. It was like fiddling with his amp for
He
like 40
definitely
straight
was
minutes.
preoccupied with something that was going on with behind the scenes.
Yeah, like his amplifier or something.
Yeah, it was crazy how much time he spent with his back to the audience trying to get that whatever he was trying to fix right.
Now, I know that when Q was celebrated on the Devils broadcast,
Yes.
and you being a fan, it hit you kind of hard. Now, we're going today, you and I, general admission.
Yes.
Q's going, he's sitting in a special celebrity seat, we're told. Is this the Devils all over again?
Not at all, because when Dave's album dropped, I bought it the second it was available, and I listened to it. And then I sent him an email. I didn't even say I was going to the show. I just sent him an email going like, "Hey man, picked up the album, kicks ass as usual." And he wrote back, "Thanks." He goes, "Hey, I want to let you know I'm playing a show at the Starland. You want to come? I'll get you in." And I was like, "Hey, I already got tickets already." So I would have got. This is one that I would have got. Were you sitting? I could have got in there too.
But he could have still offered that, even though you have the ticket, right? He could have been like, "Oh, and by the way,
You know what? I don't want to. Like Q's getting in for. Q's getting in for free, isn't he?
I believe so, yeah. We're
Tonight for
wondering,
Starland?
because the Devils celebrated you, and that was Walt's thing. Now, Magnet is celebrating you by letting you sit in the model section with all the models and shit.
I
I assume we're all sitting there, yeah. It's
don't
not
know.
Magnet, it's the manager of the place.
Okay.
The manager of the venue got you in. Yeah. So
okay.
to me, yeah, like if Dave had personally like got him into that section, and then I might maybe a little
would have felt a little jilted.
a little twinge of jealousy, but not in this case.
Okay.
Did you buy your tickets? Or did you just
I
ask
brought
Dave?
my tickets. Yeah.
We bought them.
Well, maybe if you would ask Dave for tickets, he would have.
I didn't want to though,
Yeah.
because it's a very intimate setting anyway, and I feel like it's not expensive.
We've
I want
been
to
there.
support the dude.
It's the same place we
No, I
went.
know.
Yeah. And it's not that intimate. It's wall to wall people. I want to sit. I want to sit in the seats.
I want to sit too. I'm hoping that
stand up
like
for an hour.
wherever they're sitting you is like you could sit and still see the stage.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be
This
fun.
is my first concert since
the last Monster Magnet show.
No, I went to with my daughter to a whole bunch of shows, but I guess this is my first concert like with the guys, the boys' night out.
Wow.
Since like
Directly to the venue, directly home afterwards.
2014.
Boys are back at town.
Kiss?
Was that 2014?
When we went to see Kiss?
Yeah.
Well, that was part of Comic Book Men.
Well, you were with the boys.
Yeah, but that was working. No,
I'm not going to make we're there, so not really.
No comment.
So that's it. I felt like it would get our metal blood up hearing all this cult talk, but it just seems like an overly zealous church experience.
Sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry. You'll have horror stories to tell once you break free of the Tell 'em Steve Dave cult. I'll see
No,
to
once
it.
this goes out, I'll get all the hatred from everybody. I'll leave.
Welcome to our world.
Yeah, really. Say what you think, and everybody's on your ass for it.
Well, what's the alternative?
The alternative?
Yeah.
Not saying it?
Or
Keep
saying
your
what you
mouth
think
shut
and everybody loving you? Who the fuck wants that?
That's never going to happen.
What's that? What was that, Q?
Saying what you believe and everybody loves you for it? Who wants that? That sounds horrible too.
Well, I don't know. That doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, it does.
You have to have a certain level of combativeness in you, I think.
A little healthy debate.
Yeah. You can't have somebody just telling you you're great all the time. Trust me.
I have a feeling like
Once in a while would be nice.
that's kind of what you struggle with. To go back to what we talked about last week, is just like there's no healthy debate over anything. That's the problem.
Right, yeah.
It's all just fucking endless bitching and moaning. People lose sight of it.
I think it's also he struggles with he hears when people are saying these things, or he reads that when these things are being said, they're like telling him what to do. Mm-hmm. That's the worst thing you can do to a Brian Johnson is tell him what to do. Right? I mean, that is like that's his kryptonite is someone telling him what to do.
But I don't know. You don't want to hurt anybody.
No, I don't want to hurt anyone. But I don't read the news. Like the only news I get is like if I listen to a podcast. Like I don't really look at.
Well, you must have got the news about that dog.
The dog, because I heard on the Jim and Sam show. Oh. Like I was going to read this thing about this deaf police officer that Troy sent me. A police department in Texas just hired its first ever deaf female officer. I'll bet you they're lining up to be her partner.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Well, let me tell you, Q.
Well, do you need to have hearing to be a police officer?
I would say so.
I would say it's a pretty fucking.
When people yell help, you should be able to hear them.
Even if it's one, yeah, sure, two, but like you need all your senses when you're trying to solve crimes, no?
What if someone's shooting at you?
I know Daredevil. He's blind. He solved some crimes.
Also
But he
not
made
real.
up for it with not real, but he also made up for it with echolocation.
Yeah.
This is the second I read this, I'm like, oh my God. So this is what the lady says, Erica Trevino. And I'm all about people with disabilities overcoming obstacles and shit, but not at the risk of putting, someone else's life in jeopardy. It's a passion of mine, said Erica Trevino, newly hired police officer at Delhar PD. It's not something I just want. It's something God has called me to do. This fucking second you bring that into the conversation, I'm like, I'm sorry, but that is absurd. It's absurd. And it shouldn't be like, again, I'm for inclusivity, all that shit. But you can't hear. I'm in for inclusivity. People should be included in shit. But like not based on disabilities or whatever. This though.
Well, can't she just work at the filing?
As a dispatcher?
Filing paperwork and.
No, can't you be a secretary cop? I don't think that's what she wants.
But I understand, nobody that I know even speaks sign language. So how can anybody communicate?
Well, she speaks 4 different sign languages,
Which
is pretty impressive.
Is she completely deaf though?
I believe so.
Could she have one of those miracle ears?
Yeah, she's like, I was up
we got to
late
do
one
another
night.
podcast.
But I was up late one night. I got that and a fucking hurricane lamp.
I have